What is up, Pixagon gamers? It's Boston Modern here, back with another video of Pixagon 3D. Now, for this video, we're gonna be talking about the issues that we currently have on this game, okay? Because so far there are a lot of things, quite a bit of things that is dissatisfactory. Although the game and the models looks pretty good to be defining the style of Pixagon, there are still several major things that I see for myself it's causing a big issue. Like, there are major problems about this game. Now let's trace back to the past, okay? Before, the major problems was hackers that not only does hack gems to where they get infinite gems and like get bought everything, and that made a like imbalance of the economy to try to fight the hackers. But then eventually the developers took consideration into getting rid of those hackers and act for like making a new architecture system. But I'm not sure if that really is working. We had that for a very long time. As you might already tell, it's gone like about a year right now since we already had the new architecture system. Alright, when the hackers got removed, when the economy was actually tried to make fair for the players, like the shot was made fair for the players, then we started having the battle pass, we had the new game mode battle royale, everything came by. Okay, everything of that came by. The first two battle pass had 50 levels, and then something changed. Okay, the next battle passes from the third battle pass until now, all the battle passes from there to now have only been 30 levels. I don't know why. Really they decided to have 30 levels. Maybe they think themselves that it's too much for 50 levels, so they think they're gonna shorten down the work of a battle pass and what challenges they might have. When there are only 26 of the developers, there are quite a bit of things that developers might take precautions of when they are doing such things. Alright, we go over to the future. There is still the same repetitive battle pass, 30 levels with challenges. There's no like exclusive rewards or anything. The clans got like the class update, like this current version right here, was like happening a long time ago, when the total clan revamp was happening a very long time ago, probably years ago. 1 year, maybe 1 year. I might be exaggerating right here, but I think it's 1 year. Okay, 1 year. Then we go afterwards. Okay, we go further into time, and all of a sudden, after those battle passes, after those traders vans they introduce, they return it. And that's one of the issues that we have today. They return it. They return battle pass weapons into the traders van. Now, for me, you might not see it because I already gotten the weapons that was supposed to be in the traders van. So therefore the game automatically put what's available for me to buy in the traders van. They bring shop items into the traders van. But the main issue here is to return exclusive weapons. The reason why the weapon is meant to be exclusive is to have something that those people who were participating in that event, where only that time the weapon was available, should be fighting for it at that time. No more second chances or anything. Like, if you missed it, you were supposed to miss it. But no. The developers took another turn and actually made so many things return several times. They made the ultimatum, which is the second battle pass weapon, return 6 times. And now in the battle pass for Android players, no, in the Super Lottery for Android players, there's the second return of the Hot Volcano in the Super Lottery. The first return was back when they introduced just like a regular returning weapons lottery, like older weapons lottery that they usually have, but they're still older weapons that like came from another way. It kind of ruins the purpose of one weapon to be only obtained that way, and that way it will make the weapon much special. Okay, when you are making, for example, a casino event weapon, which is, for example, let's say the core launcher and all of this, okay, it's kind of okay that you return the event and that it belongs to where it was originally obtainable from, okay? That's okay, but seeing it return in other ways just ruins this purpose of having all of this in the super lottery, no, the casino event. It's pointless. It's absolutely pointless to have a weapon when it also can be available in the broad gallery. Now, if I would like to have the gallery, I would not do that. I would literally not do coupons, trade for everything system, almost trade for everything. They restricted a little bit of things, but there's a huge amount of mythical weapons, like a good amount of mythical weapons that you can obtain from the gallery. And not only do we have issues with that, the battle pass feels pointless because the battle pass weapons return. Just to quick mention, the black hole has also returned for you Android players who have the Super Lottery Thanksgiving. Yeah, this is the Thanksgiving. Thank you developers for returning weapons, because even in the Pro League, they brought gallery, and in there, the Ultra Beam is right there, okay? The Ultra Beam is right there. That's absurd. Why would there be a Pro League if you literally have another way that is way easier, way cheaper option? It doesn't matter. It's off the original way to get it. It's not. It was a secondary way to get it, while it should have only been one way to get it. And this frustrates a lot of players that they might be paying for getting the battle credits because they ain't got that much time to play the battle pass because they are occupied with school and other practical stuff in their lives. And they do this. Developers return it. And what do they feel for their money? They felt betrayed. They don't feel like it's okay, like it's fun for other players. Other players that have not experienced the battle pass would not think of this because they never experienced the ultimatum being in a battle pass. They never did. They never experienced that battle pass never again. They're not been experiencing that. They only experience it as a new weapon to obtain from a super lottery, which sounds kind of manipulative. If you think about it a little bit, it sounds kind of manipulative to think, this kid, like the developers want everyone to have it because they also want kids who are new to the game get a chance. But here's the thing. You're betraying someone else who cared for the game when you let other weapons be available elsewhere, and you're growing a more communistic weapon economy and ways to get weapons. This is freaking communism. This is not funny. Okay? This is not funny. Now, me personally have gotten the ultimatum and Hollow Volcano. I got all the Season 1, Season 2 Battle Pass weapons from the lottery. That doesn't mean that I cannot argue like this. Because me myself have also experienced that too. If I was a new player and people were saying that they were gonna, let's say if I was a new player and people were saying that they've gotten the weapon from a Battle Pass, would I believe it? Halfly not. Mostly not, if I was a new player. But I know things. I played this for over 5 years. And people who left, probably a bunch of people who left, were the guys who cared for the game to be thinking about them. Like, let new bytes get other weapons. Get other weapons that can compete. That can compete for a bit against those who have been playing for a long time. This is respecting everyone. I'm actually talking about that the weapons keep returning so many times. Ultimatum returning 6 times is absurd. What's the point of a battle pass when they literally bring a load of returns on a lottery? Okay, it's on a lottery, and now they have galleries. So if the ultimatum returns now, that so many people are going to get it, and then your experience will be at least one guy who already gotten it just uses it on you. Okay, they use it on you. Hey, it's not of a surprise. You would just excuse like, oh fudge, this guy must have gotten him from the shop because if the developers did respect us, then they would not return. But unfortunately, the history unfolded itself of Pixel Gun for that to happen. The reason why developers may think of such on such disrespectful maneuver is the fact that they want to think about the other players that haven't gotten it yet. They're thinking about the new players who haven't gotten it yet. They try to take position. They try to take position to let everyone have an opportunity to get it, no matter what, whatever time. Okay, like kind of whatever time. And this is the communistic development. You're literally giving everyone else a chance. What does that happen to your revenue? Okay? What does that happen to your revenue when casual players eventually get it? What are you going to do? Make new weapons? Are they interested in those weapons now, really? I'm not entirely sure if they really are interested in the new weapons. If you're returning the old ones, that would be as powerful as the new weapons you could have created instead. This is the main reason. There are actually another thing I want to cover, but you gotta stop returning. You gotta stop returning in different ways. Because it's not funny. It disrespects people who've already gotten it. They felt like their exclusivity is removed, and that exclusivity becomes a more commodity for everyone, that this weapon wasn't meant to be exclusive at all. The developers lied about them stating that this is a battle pass exclusive weapon, and if you haven't joined, then you won't be able to get it no matter what. But it was a lie, because the developers have returned it. And they only do that to think that they care for the other players, while hence the fact that they betrayed people's money. And this could ultimately lead to a sue for the developers. Now, I might be hype, like I might be a little bit exaggerating for some of you guys, but this is literally dumb. This is dumb, man. You don't leave a paid exclusive weapon and then you make a paid exclusive weapon return to a game for other players to get it because you care for other people to get it. If you wanted to respect everybody, then you actually had to return. Then you actually had to make new weapons for the new players. Because honestly, this might be the turning point of the game eventually, when the developers keep returning weapons just to care for the little players that haven't gotten much. That's just wrong. Communism on a game is what kills the game. Because when you give everyone else an opportunity, the number one issue that you might have is that if they really want to care about getting other weapons anymore. Would the new players really care about getting the weapons anymore? Because they already gotten the old weapon fashion tactic that they might stick to the rest of their PG3D life. You really have to make something new and like very interesting for them. Okay, I don't care how much you're thinking that if no one else would get the new weapon, then the weapon won't ever get used again. But that's the point of an exclusive weapon. They're meant to be belonging to where it belongs. They're meant to be belonging where it came from, where it was only obtainable from. It's not funny to return again weapons like this. Okay, now since we gotten that covered, let's talk about the other issue I had. So I've seen a picture from my friend about a guy complaining about the rocket jumping. The developers replied saying that the rocket jump is needed and requires skill to actually master. The thing is, you're using one weapon to aim down at the ground and press the fire button, and then you can easily aim. You can aim because your movement will be slower, so you're like half stationary aiming while you're descending downwards. That's the thing. And people will most often have a better aim. I think here's the thing: when you rocket jump, they will have an aim that are better at the top. but gradually a little bit harder to aim when they are descending. That's the thing. But the developers reply that the rocket jumping is needed to diversify the game style. They don't want to limit it, which is making them look like a hypocritical. Because the fact that the developers were considering to limit the 3-cat spam. So the developers are literally saying that they don't want to limit the game, while they already, like, they don't want to limit the diversity of the game. Because to let everyone have their own style of playing. Now I do respect that. But the thing is, the developers have limited the 3-cat spam. If you guys know the 3-cat spam, the good old combo string, there are still other forms of it. They still limited it. They try to limit it in certain combos. They try to limit it by putting delays on it. And now you're gonna say that you don't want to limit it. Now you want to keep rocket jumping while you want to take off the 3-category spam. What is that, developers? What are your way of developing? What are your way of developing? Now honestly, I think that this way of development will cause issues and just a lot of disagreements, complaints, and hatred on the game. Because certain people, you gotta respect those people who've already bought the ultimatum since the second battle pass. Let them be them, and not others be them. You gotta really think about what you're saying, developers, about that comment that I just read right now. If you really wanted to diversify your game, then why would you eliminate 3-cat spam? It really says to me that these developers want people to actually play in one specific way, the casual way. People kinda got ignored. Like in YouTube, kinda got ignored for still having a good status on YouTube, like popularity on YouTube, but they weren't really taking much initiative on by the developers. Okay, like Esoteric already taken initiative by the developers about the 3-cat spam role, and he denied because the pressure of being called a chill, like a corporate chill, which is like you can Google it. I'm not gonna explain things, but the thing is, you try to limit a game style, and you developers are saying that you want to keep a broad specter of, like, you want a broad diversity of ways to play the game. You're getting hypocritical. I gotta repeat this so many times in several videos until you actually get what people mean, because people don't like this anymore. And people know, and people who have been playing this for a long time, especially from the battle pass, especially from the exclusive weapons, when the exclusive weapons firstly was available, they know things. But you made them leave because of them returning, so that they really don't find it fun. They find it not balanced for returning such weapons, and also try to make equilibrium between the casual players and the players and the high level players, the high experienced players. I'm honestly very frustrated and disappointed at the same time. Now, you might not say this when I make the videos, but you really gotta think about when you're playing games, okay? I'm not playing games to play games. I'm playing games to play game and to see the development, because I'm going to be a developer one day. That's my job dream. I'm going to be a developer one day, and that's my job dream. And I'm going to know a little bit of things, and this is how people will get to know how fans are saying and stuff. You guys gotta share your opinion down below in the comments. This is all I got to say, guys. That the main issues is that the developers are returning weapons, creating a communistic weapon marketing, and the developers being hypocritical about keeping a diverse, broad game style. While they want to keep RJing the rocket jumping, they wanted to remove 3-cat spam just because it gives an advantage. This guy's complaint, or like this guy's issue, was that he experienced it as the players who were rocket jumping had an advantage over him. Therefore, he sent a little complaint right there. And you say no, and you developers say no, you don't want it. You don't want it to be removed because it keeps the diversity alive. So if they want to remove it, it limits it. It's just completely absurd, to be honest. It's completely absurd. Because you again, and I said again, try to limit trigger spam. So you're literally being hypocritical. You literally want people to play the one way, and you want everyone to have the same opportunity. You're creating a communistic marketing. This has to stop. No one likes this anymore. A bunch of players who might come here and talk about that it's all wrong, that it's fair. It's not fair because they betray the people who have actually bought the game, who bought the game's in-game weapons in that specific period of time. Now, if you guys want to leave an opinion down below, be sure to leave it down, because we have to start talking a little bit. We have to talk for the community. I am caring for the Pixagon, or else why would I have made the video? Why would I have made this video? Okay, why would I have made this video? I care for Pixagon 3D and for it to be alive. I come with my own opinion to raise up with my opinion, and you guys can raise up your own. If you really agree with me or just showing sympathy, that's up to you. But for now, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this serious talking, and I'll catch you guys next time. We gotta see the future. We have to start. We people who know stuff actually have to start discussing, and actually have to start showing ourselves in front of developers and take our own opinions. This is not funny anymore. Communistic marketing is a big no. People in Europe were generally worried about communism in a world's practice. Now, I'm gonna go now. This video was meant to be me caring for Pixagon 3D and what way the game should have been done so that everyone right here could be happy. Boss the Modern signing out, and I'll catch you guys in another video, maybe a live stream. Bye bye.